That's the view coming in from Manulife AMC. Time to shift gears then and talk about what the rate cycle presents for housing finance companies. Have we seen the rate cuts lost in transmission? What are the asset quality concerns? To answer that and lots more, Siddhartha Mohanty, Managing Director, CEO, LIC Housing Finance. Good morning and great to have you with us on ET Now. So let's talk about the rate cycle as of now. It's become favorable for wholesale funded housing finance companies. Give us a sense as to how you're looking at your margin expansion and the way ahead in this kind of an environment.
Actually, if you see, rates have almost been stabilized and customers are getting benefit. And current stand by RBI to continue the repo, that also will continue further growth because already market is competitive and rate cut benefit is passed on to the customer. And on the cost of fund side also, we HFCs also we gain from that, and that margin also is passed on to the customer. So I see particularly in retail segment there will be huge growth which we are already experiencing, and in the coming quarter also there will be further growth in this segment.
Okay. Do you think that liquidity or funding challenges for NBFCs, for HFCs could persist over the medium term?
You see, already that phase is going to be over. My experience, you see, government has taken a lot of initiative in the current year. Starting from budget, they have allowed partial guarantee to banks up to 10% for purchase of pool asset of NBFCs up to 1 lakh crore. That will help. Then for NHB, through NHB financing to HFC, they have raised it from 20,000 to 30,000 crore. That will also put some liquidity in the system. Then recently for stalled projects, government has created this AIF of 25,000 crore, where stalled projects which are even on NPA, they can raise fund and complete the projects and hand over the homes to the home buyers who are waiting for long period. Besides that, RBI also has softened some stand for banks, Tier 1 capital for single NBFC exposure, 15% to 20% they have raised. Then on-lend cap has been raised from 10 lakh to 20 lakh for priority sector housing. So all these things I believe will put some liquidity in the system, and the supply side of credit will be enhanced. That will help the sector entirely. And the results are coming gradually. It will take some time, because when it reaches at the last point, it takes some time, and last quarter we experienced some growth is there, and coming quarter, fourth quarter, definitely there will be huge growth.
Okay. Core mortgage growth actually picked up to 13.5% year on year in Q2. What about that? Will this continue?
Yes, we are very much hopeful it will further enhance. Growth will be there.
Okay. And asset quality has been deteriorating as well for the past 4-5 quarters now. Do you think the credit cost for the company will be elevated going forward?
Actually, our focused attention is on asset quality, though there is marginal rise in NPA, but our entire focus to control NPA, and we have dedicated team. And if you see, I am hopeful in coming quarters it will be stabilized, or it will be still less than whatever we had in earlier quarters. And quality business wise, if you see our portfolio size to developer book, it is less than 7%. So that will not affect much. If you see the total portfolio size and percentage of asset quality, I think it will not affect my margin.
Okay. Do you see growth headwinds for the company as you have a 23% exposure to LAP and developer loans, where the outlook generally remains challenging?
Now, we have less than 7% exposure to developer book.
Okay. What do you make of the Reserve Bank policy that we saw yesterday? Do you think
And in current year, actually,
Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
our book size of developer book is less than, hello? It is less than 7%. Total book size is 7% is a developer book, less than 7%.
Okay,
And in current year, our growth in retail is much higher, and in developer book there has been negative growth.
Okay. Mr. Mohanty, what did you make of the Reserve Bank's policy yesterday? Do you think that the low interest rates will continue for some time and that will overall aid your margins?
You see, RBI has taken appropriate decision and they have kept some room open for future. Let us see what is happening. It depends on various factors, inflation and all other things, and I think RBI will take appropriate decision.
Sure, but what is the outlook on what that is going to do to your margins, the kind of interest rate environment that we're currently in?
I think our margin will improve if same thing continues, and if you see our revenue growth from revenue from operation, I think margin will continue to grow, and even in last quarter also we will find some growth in our margin.
All right. We look forward to interacting with you in the future, but thanks much for joining in today and giving us a sense as to what the outlook is on the business.
Yeah.
That's LIC Housing Finance for you currently at 4:42.